a bunch of different things. One is I was raised in Quaker schools, and I think that influenced me a lot. This idea of really thinking about things greater than yourself, kind of staying and having a commitment to something that you believe in, and that it's not just about you, it's part of a larger thing. And then, for me, growing up in the labor movement and seeing that as a very everyday thing, my grandfather was a union person, and his wife lived in union housing, and so every Sunday, or every other Sunday, it was off to my grandmother's. I didn't think it was really interesting or revolutionary, but it was garment workers' housing. And then I just think that in some funny ways, I was came of age in the 70s, and I think that there were a lot of different social movements that had happened. And the idea of the possible was just things were much more open. And then my parents, I was lucky to have the right parents who, never made me think I had to, have a very traditional life. I think definitely that work is much shorter term in duration. So even if you are working in a place where you get benefits and it's going great, fine, but just realize that the chances that you're going to be freelancing or consulting or working independently or as a free agent are great. And that may be a period in time between full-time jobs. That may be in addition. We're in a time of real declining wages. So as people are trying to put their kids through college, they're looking for supplemental income. I think that's the piece of this that's universal. It's that people are trying to put together a full set of activities called work now. And it used to be that you just did that in one place, and that's just not the case anymore. The way you get work is through the people people you network with. And these kinds of networks are not because you go to some meeting with a bunch of cards in your hand, shove them in, to somebody else's hand, take their cards and walk out. It's really about the genuineness of the connection, and that I call it like the love theory. It really has to be the people you genuinely actually like, and to then go and have lunch with them and genuinely listen. And what you'll find is over time, networking is not a contact sport, It's not the mass numbers. It's not how many people are following you on Twitter. Go get an account. That is just not a hard one. That is just, people are smart, creative, just get an accountant. The laws are complex and changing, and that's just make your life easier. You don't have to just have a contract that's some legal document. Although Freelancers Union is creating a contract calculator that's going to be online, and you can just go online and do it yourself and get a contract. But if you're uncomfortable with that, you can still do other things like just email and say, looking forward to doing the work. This is my understanding of the work. I will be doing this. This is the project. I'll be starting this date, and this is how much. Let me know if I've gotten something wrong. And that also really shows that you had an agreement. And so people should just realize they can do that as well. We've gotten freelancers health insurance that's now 40% cheaper than most of the market. But really, people have to be part of this. It's not like you just, press a button or send your check. You gotta got your tush in the game here and be active. The most seasoned people who work like this will tell you it's a long-term game. It's not a short-term game.